Hey, did anybody watch the Scotland game yesterday? I know that you guys don't watch football. No? Okay, man. You missed the biggest show in soccer football last night. Anyways. You guys have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm
They,
sure the USP.
they started doing American football in Europe, right?
I mean, they do that, but
about that?
anyways.
A long time ago. Okay.
Okay, guys, so I think we're
In
live on
Spain. First
YouTube.
one in Spain.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're live on YouTube. Let me share my screen and we can get started. Let me know if you see my screen. Do you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so we're ready then. Okay, guys, so see, I always have a reminder once I forgot to go live on YouTube, so I never do that. This is my first slide. If you don't, reminders are a good thing. So hey guys, thanks for joining. You know, this is our last hack series of the year. You know, obviously December is for vacation, just ending the year, so we don't do that. So thanks for joining to our 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀 10x5 Amazon Hack Series webinar. We're gonna have 16 of the best Amazon hackers, founders, operators in the space. They're gonna share a 5-minute hack each in 90 minutes, or hopefully we're gonna do it in 90 minutes, if not probably currently in 20 minutes. But the goal is as much value as possible in a short time as possible, so you guys can choose the winner and take the best from what we have and implement that, because Amazon is getting harder. Jeff got married again. He didn't get domesticated yet, so he's doing all kind of crazy stuff. It's getting harder and harder. That's why doing those hack series hopefully is gonna save you some time, money, or give you some tips on how to make more money. So here are our speakers. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves after that. The event today is sponsored by 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀 and 𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗀's main sponsors. Sorry?
Hello. Oh.
Who's that? Hey guys.
We have spies here.
Yeah, no worries. We're gonna kick them out. Oh, here it is. Oh, Erez, yeah, man, he's a spy. Erez, I'm presenting, man. I'm gonna give you the word in a few minutes. So our sponsors are like 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀 and 𝗵𝗁𝗀𝗀 is the main sponsors. 𝗵𝗰 Digital, Jasa, AEO Engine, Vijay Jacob, 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀, Monte, e-commerce Chris McCabe, 𝗀𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀, which is my media company. 𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗏 is our creative partner. Smart Scout, those are the real spies on the Amazon. And 𝗃𝗃 if you want to nuke your reviews, they're gonna help you out. So right now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about myself. You know, I'm Nuke Penev. I'm the co-founder of Extreme Power Brands. I'm also the founder of 𝗀𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀 and the 10x5 Hack Series. Also, I'm a partnership advisor at 𝗬𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀 and 100 other companies in the ecom space. In simple words, what we do, we help companies to grow for partnerships. We avoid paid marketing like the plague. So I'm a webinar host. I've hosted over 400 webinars. And last but not the least, I've been fully remote since 2010, long before it was cool. And now let's go to our sponsor. So our gold sponsor today is 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀. This is one of Amazon companies. They help you to earn up to 5% back with them. This is Amazon's free multi-channel inventory and shipping software. Now you can actually check them out at 𝗵𝗰𝗀𝗀.com and you can see how you can benefit from those guys. Then our other gold sponsor is 𝗬𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀 and the so-called expansion to 𝗵𝗰𝗑𝗀 by 𝗬𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀. What we do there, we help companies, non-US companies, to expand in Europe. We do a marketing research. In other words, we show you the money, how much money you can make, because many of you have no clue, but there's only 1% of US Amazon brand selling across Europe. So your competitors are very likely not here. Then we're gonna help out with the product compliance, VAT, product compliance, logistics translation, and we're gonna give each brand around $300 in discounts if you decide to expand here. So don't be scared. I know that you guys come on vacations in Europe, so it's about time to start making money. So now let's go to our regular sports today. So our first regular sports sponsor is Smart Scout. I said they're the spies, but in a good way. They're an Amazon marketplace intelligence made simple. You know, they uncover actionable data points and signals that set you up for profit, dominance over competition, and a long-term success. You can scan the QR code here, and you can unlock a 50% off. So, check it out here. I'm gonna give you some time to scan it. In the meantime, What they do: uncover market trends, growing and declining categories, research any brand, product, or seller so you can really spy on your competitors, reverse engineer competitor ad strategies, track visibility for any search term, access to data to support any growth strategy on Amazon. So make sure to scan the QR code. But of course, if you are slow, we're going to send the recording tomorrow and the follow-up so you guys can do it then. Then we go to our next partner, and he's a wizard and helping companies expand in Europe. He has like ton of brands that we work with 𝗕𝗃𝗧. So if you guys have doubt and need a partner, get in touch with Jasa and 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗲 Digital. So what they do, they can help you unlock real growth on Amazon, but not only on Europe, with smart strategy, advanced PPC, and result-driven execution. What you can get from them today: scan the QR code and you can get 25% off for your first 3 months of a full service account scaling. So let's kick it out with them, guys, with their custom Amazon growth roadmap built to uncover hidden opportunities and maximize profitability. Now we go to our next sponsors, Shane and TraceFuse. TraceFuse is the only AI-driven solution that detects negative reviews outside Amazon policy and guidelines. You never miss a damaging review again because you will sell, no contracts, no monthly commitment, just long-term protection for your brands. So you can monitor unlimited ASINs forever. Here's the QR code, scan that, and you can unlock $500 in savings, one-time fee, lifetime coverage. So take your time, guys, scan that, and obviously nuke those reviews which are taking your sales down. And now we go to our next sponsors, e-commerce Chris and Chris McCabe. What they're giving you guys again, they give you a 1-hour consultation, a 1-hour consult with him, who is an ex-Amazonian, to review your account health, suspension notice, or listing removals, and map out your next best move. So get 50% off with code 50OFF WAY, no, actually WAY, and here's the QR code. So scan that, and you can take advantage of the 50% off. Okay, now we go to our next partner, Vijay, Jacob, and AEO Engine. What they're gonna help you to own AI answers in your category, get your brand cited by ChatGPT, Google AI, and you're gonna get a free Shopify markup schema to win AEO during a 7-day window. So the first 5 brands who do the launch boost, they're gonna get their launch boost, which is a pure boss acceleration sprint, and you can scan the QR code and you can get in touch and claim that. Okay, and now we go to our next sponsor, 𝗵𝗰𝗀𝗃 AI. 𝗵𝗃 AI is a client-ready Amazon visuals instantly, so they can save you a lot of time and money by creating visuals for you guys. Scan the QR code and you can take advantage of the 50% extra credits if you mentioned the 10x5 hacks. Here are some of the top agencies and brands they work with, some really big peeps that I know personally. So scan the QR code, guys, or you wait for the recording tomorrow and you can do that. And now we go to our last sponsor, which is my company, 𝗃𝗏𝗏. We have an ecom. We have a weekly newsletter which goes out to like 30,000 Amazon ecom brands. We recently acquired 3 other partner newsletters, so we have an overall like 70,000 subscribers right now, and we're giving away the prize for the best hack today, which is a free monthly sponsorship in our newsletter worth $2,000. And now, guys, here are our hackers today. So I'm not gonna go in details for their hacks, but here is the fall. Mike from Smart Scout is first, then Jasa, then Shane, then Chris, Vijay, Monte, Vincenzo is gonna be number 7, John Elder number 8, Isabella number 9, Amy number 10, Andrew number 11, Elizabeth number 12. Oh, okay, guys, you scared me. Matt is number 13, the fatal number, Janelle number 13, Erez Cohen number 15 with the most mystic hack title, and the last and not the least, Ben Leonard, the Scottish guy. Scottish guys are winning quite crazy. Ben won the last 2 hack series, and the Scottish football team won the qualification last night. So let's see if somebody's gonna make sure that Ben doesn't win this time. Write down the number. So we're gonna start with the first hack right now. If you like the hack, write down the number, and at the end we're gonna have 5 minutes to vote for the best one. If you hear a better hack after the one that you just wrote down, just scratch it and just write the new one. So that's it pretty much, guys. So let's start with the first hack today. Now we're gonna have Mike with the first hack. So Mike, please introduce yourself. You have like 30 minutes to intro yourself, and once you're ready, let me know and you can turn on the timer. And we can get
All
started.
right, let me just get my screen going here real quick. Let me know when you can see it. Wait, screen. Are we good?
Yeah, I see your screen.
All right, well, I'm Michael Radziszewski. I'm head of the affiliate partnerships program here at 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. And actually this year marks my second decade in e-commerce, SaaS, and the affiliate channel. So exciting times ahead. And we can start the timer. So going
Okay,
into
man. Let's start.
Let's start. So today we'll be talking about leveraging external traffic to reduce customer acquisition costs and getting a leg up on the competition as a hack. Obviously, I'm in the affiliate space, so this is relevant. And so what we're seeing is a lot of brands paying too little attention to external traffic as a great growth lever. A lot of brands are focused on the core, which is optimizing products, keywords, images, product quality, sponsored ads, of course, discounts and promotions, which are of course core, but the cost of playing the same game, as we might know, is on average over time, these for the key growth lever here, which is ads usually, the costs go up. Meanwhile, external traffic can actually increase your sales because the leads are warmer, they're more unique, thereby reducing your customer acquisition costs, as that could be cheaper than something like sponsored ads. Also, LLMs like ChatGPT are actually generating query results with links to sites that drive traffic to specific Amazon listings. I'm sure you guys have seen this already, and as you know, we can't underestimate the impact of AI on the growth of our brands. In fact, 𝗬𝗏𝗏 itself, one of the hugest leads we got, Procter & Gamble, came from somebody over there researching on ChatGPT. So it can be insanely powerful. So to prove this point, just ran a quick query on ChatGPT. Hey, can you recommend me some ashwagandha supplements at the best price? Can you recommend 10? And then, you get the results, and then you'll see like, okay, here's one. And then you can see they source a blog, a post, in this case, bar trend. And then from this site, the site could be referencing directly back to the actual Amazon listing. Another quick example, just rerunning the same exact query, and actually it pulled up a different site as a reference for like one of the top supplements. And then from here, it could be referencing to Amazon. So if you, one other thing. So actually last week I saw a post from 𝗬𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀. The other insane thing is that Amazon, Rufus itself, is actually influencing purchase decisions based on external traffic sources. So not only do you have like lead gen, you also got basically external traffic can influence, external sources can influence purchase decisions within Amazon itself. So now that you're sold on this, so here's a 3-step process using 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 to get this going for you. So basically what you want to do is uncover which of your competitors are benefiting from external traffic, find these sites and blogs that are driving traffic to their ASINs, and then reach out to each of these sites and ask them to send traffic to you too. So here's actually a slide step-by-step broken down in detail. I'm not going to go through it because I'm just going to do a quick live example, I guess. So I chose 𝗬𝒐𝒨 as the example. They were giving out samples locally here recently. I was like, oh, look at these guys. They're a huge collagen brand, but they also have ashwagandha. And ashwagandha on Amazon is almost a $10 million a month market. They're doing quite well, as you see. They're at 300. We're kind of like figuring out the landscape of where we sit and who we're going to target to get our external traffic leads. So you can see they're like the 5th biggest brand on ashwagandha on Amazon. There's an interesting one here, Natural Life Labs on top at $500,000 a month, no ads, one product. So let's check out how the product.
Hey guys, now do you hear Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Is he breaking up for you guys? Because he was breaking up for me a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me? So did you guys lose me?
Not for
You
me.
Sounded good to me. Yeah.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
okay,
Yes.
okay,
Clear.
okay, good.
I'm just
Okay,
going
good.
really
Sorry,
quick.
yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
No.
So basically here we've got so actually the 𝗬𝒐𝒨 product, the brand, we're number 10 here in terms of revenue, right? So we've got all these competitors that are doing better, and we have 8 other products besides this one. And so what you can do is actually click on this product here and mine out all the external traffic sources. So in this case, this brand Natural Life Labs, the one that has the one product, they have 126 sites sending traffic directly to this ASIN, some sites sending multiple links. And this is what it would look like. Like here's a coupon site sending a link back to the actual ASIN. Here's a review site sending the traffic back. Here's what that would look like. And then on these sites, you can just pull up the contacts and, you're basically just generating leads. And you would do that for every one of your competitors. So you're pulling out the traffic for each of your competitors, generating that list and reaching out to them. That's it. That's the hack. That way, we see few companies actually leveraging traffic from all their competitors.
Okay, great, Mike. Okay, man. So everyone, this was number one, Mike Radziszewski from Smart Scout. If you like his hack, you can write down his number and vote for him in the end. Hey, Mike, do you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, guys, do you hear me?
We hear you.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, no, my earplugs died, so don't buy Chinese earplugs, even if they're not. Okay, guys. So, okay, let's go to the next one. So thanks again, Mike. Everyone, this was number one. If you like Mike's hack, write it down. You're gonna vote for him, and now we go to the number second hack, which is Jasa for one. He's the second most famous Slovenian guy in the world after Luka Doncic. So Jasa, please do a short intro, man, and once you're ready, let me know and you can kick off the timer.
All right. Yes, Luka Doncic and then me. That's how it goes. All right. So I'm Jasa, founder of 𝗀𝗵𝗿. We're a full-service Amazon agency and an Amazon Ads verified partner, and we go by our motto, we scale cool brands on Amazon, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. In the last year, we worked with brands across Europe and the US, and there's one insight that keeps coming back. I think you can start the timer if you haven't already.
Okay, let's go, Jasa.
Yeah, so, sellers think they know what their listing communicates, but shoppers usually see something completely different. And today I want to show you a simple 30-second AI hack we use internally to uncover that gap and basically fix it almost instantly. So here's the core problem. Sellers and even agencies create listings from their own perspective. You understand your product deeply, you know the ingredients, the features, the science, blah, 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 the details. But shoppers, usually they see the listing for literally 3 seconds and their brain goes, I get this. And confusion is one of the biggest killers of conversion on Amazon. So not competition, not price, not even reviews to some extent, confusion. So how do we fix this? Basically, we flip perspectives and we use AI as a simulated shopper. So in 30 seconds, you can ask AI to act like someone searching for your product for the first time, and it will simply tell you what it understands, what's unclear, what's missing, what would stop from buying, and most importantly, what one change would make them buy. So this becomes your instant optimization checklist. So you don't have to you don't need focus groups or hours of analysis and so on. So basically, this is the most simple prompt that you can go with. This is a prompt that I recommend, and basically it gives you a starting point. And I will show you also this one in action. So it's simple, direct, forces the AI to look at your listing exactly like a shopper would. And the output is surprisingly accurate. All right, let me show you what happened when I ran this test on a real Amazon listing in the UK. So this is a product Nightburn Extreme, a nighttime fat burner. So here's what AI said. It understood what the product is. It saw 3 clear benefits: metabolism support, sleep support, stimulant-free. Then also came the conversion killers. So it questioned how effective the product actually is. It said evidence was missing. It couldn't understand the expected results. It noticed inconsistency between the listing and customer reviews. It missed the guarantee, safety info, and so on. So in short, the listing looks fine, but it fails the 3-second clarity test. These are things the seller probably never saw, because to them, the listing made perfect sense. It looked nice. It checked everything that needs to check. But to shopper, these gaps create friction, and every piece of friction reduces conversion rate. And this is exactly why these hacks work so well. You discover what you can't see anymore. And here's the best part. The AI always gives you one actionable improvement. For this listing, the answer was add independent clinical study data or real before-after results where possible. Real and after results are a bit tricky here. And that's one of the strongest buying motivator for this product type. One change has very large impact. And this is how you can implement it right now, today. So basically copy your listing elements or URL, paste the prompt, read the confusion list. AI will tell you everything that isn't clear, and fix the big three, hero image, title, bullet points, and just rerun the test. Then track changes in CTR first, and conversions rate afterwards. So most brands see uplift, within a couple of weeks already. Why does this work so well? Because AI doesn't bring assumptions. It looks at your listing with fresh eyes, the exact way a new shopper sees it. And this method works across any category: supplements, beauty, home electronics, anything.
Yasha, 1 minute left.
Perfect, because I'm at a wrapping point. So if you fix the first 3 seconds of your listing, you fix almost every downstream metric: CTR, conversion rate, even ad efficiency. And you can do it with one simple AI prompt. So thanks for listening. If you want help with listing clarity, PPC optimization, and so on, feel free to reach out. If you want the prompt, reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'll share it with you. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Yasha. That was quick, cool hack. And like Yasha said, you can get in touch with him tomorrow. We're going to share the context for all of our hackers today, and you can request that. But now, if you like Yasha's hack, write down number 2 and you can vote for him in the end. So thanks again, Yasha. Now we go to number 3. Okay, who's number 3? Let me see. Well, on those 3, Shane Barker. Okay, Shane, the only nuclear guy in the hack series. So Shane, please do a short intro and tell us what's your nuclear magic that you do, and who and what you guys nuke and who you help. Oh,
absolutely. Thanks, Nick. And thanks for all the presenters before and after us. So my name is Shane Barker. I'm actually the founder of 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and what we help Amazon sellers is remove critical reviews that violate Amazon's guidelines. So our hack today is going to talk about how we can actually nuke fake reviews. And so we have about 5 minutes. Go ahead and start that timer.
Okay, let's start.
All right, so what we're looking at here is I'm going to be giving you guys a hack on being able to take a look at fast, accurately, and how you're going to be able to look at your guys' critical reviews and how you're going to be able to file on them on your own. So you don't even need our services, which sounds pretty counterintuitive because I'm the owner of 𝗏𝗏𝗏, and we've worked with over 700 brands. Actually, let me take that back. 700 brands, and we've removed over 16,000 reviews. So we're very proud of that number. But let me show you how we did that. And let me show you the reason why this is going to be so important in regards to a hack. So what do reviews affect, right? So what is that going to do at the end of the day? At the end of the day, it obviously affects your star rating, your brand image and reputation, your BSR, which is obviously going to be pretty big when it comes to sales, conversion rates, and your PPC costs. So I think we all know that when it comes to reviews, that is going to be the baseline of Amazon, right? No matter anybody goes and looks at your things, no matter how much money you're spending on PPC, or no matter where they're doing outside traffic, all that fun stuff, if you have bad reviews, your sales are going to be in the tanks, right? So that's one thing you want to do, is protect that. So what is a critical review, right? So a critical review is going to be a 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star. That's what Amazon considers a critical review. And then obviously positive reviews are 4s and 5 stars. So we only go after 1, 2s, and 3s. And one thing that I don't know if a lot of people know is the weighted average when you talk about a 1-star compared to a 5-star. So there's different numbers that are floating around the internet. We've heard anywhere from 10 to 20. We usually stick with the number 12. So usually it's going to be 12 5-stars that equals 1 1-star, right? And when we talk about 1-stars, there's also the validity of the latency of how quickly or how when that review came up. So if it came up today, it's obviously going to be weighted a lot different than a one-star review from 5 years ago. But my point is that if we remove a 1-star, it can equal up to 12 to 5 stars. And obviously dropping from a 4.3 to 4.2, we've had people that have reached out to us that have dropped anywhere from 10 to 50% on their sales when it comes to that. So that's a big drop because you lose that half a visual star. And then obviously when you get bad reviews, it's also very compounding, right? And so what do we look at when we're filing cases and what we're going after? Like, what is our angle, right? How can we get these critical reviews removed? We go after reviews that clearly violate Amazon's guidelines, right? So we're looking at anything FBA, so anything got shipped out late, broken, or used, cussing, hate speech, anybody mentioning pricing, mentioning competitors. Those are all the types of things. If you look at Amazon's guidelines, you can Google Amazon's guidelines. It'll show you all the things that you can't do. So what we do is we go after the reviews that clearly violate things in the reviews. It can be a legit review, but if they violate Amazon's guidelines, great, we're going to go after those reviews for you guys. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how we do it internally. I'm actually going to kind of lift up the hood here a little bit. And we actually have a thing called the FAST method. FAST is going to be find, analyze, submit, and track. I'm not going to go into heavy detail. I think you guys understand what that means in regards to the acronym there. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you this hack. This is going to cost you nothing. So it's going to be free, doesn't cost you anything. The goal of this is I want people to be able to go and be able to run their own ASINs, actually be able to file their own reports and make it so they don't even need us. So I'm actually literally making it so you guys can do this on your own. So what we have is a thing called the Amazon Review Checker. So that's going to be, if you look at the link down below, you can go into the website and it's actually going to be right there in the middle, or you can go into the tracefuse.ai/Amazon-review checker. And what that does is you can put in an ASIN, you're going to put in your email address, we're going to send you an email to confirm your email, and then you're actually going to get a report that's going to look something like this. What this does for that ASIN is that's going to tell you the reviews. If you look over on the right-hand side, it says reasons for non-compliance. What we're doing is we're actually going to run that ASIN through. We're going to show you anywhere from 3 to 15 reviews, your most current reviews that violate Amazon's guidelines, and the exact reason why they violate Amazon's guidelines. So this is the software that we use internally for all of our clients. You're going to get access to this for free. Once again, doesn't cost you anything. And the beauty of this is, once again, it'll show you the, hey, with the reviews, you can click on the review ID. You can see the reason why it's non-compliant. And then we have this beautiful new calculator. And what I mean by new, I mean as in we literally launched this yesterday. We've been working on this for the last few months. I'm going to show that to you in this slide next.
Shane, 1 minute, Nick, or 1 minute left.
Sounds good. This right here, you'll be able to take a look at it. You got how many reviews that we think we're going to have to remove if you want to get from a 4.3 to a 4.4. Your investment, how much you're going to make in the first month, and then how much you'll make after 6 months. That calculator, once again, is going to be in the top right-hand side, and this will tell you whether you want to move forward with that ASIN or not. You're obviously going to activate that ASIN, and then you're saying, okay, Shane, I've got all this information. Now I need to know how to file and where to file. We have this PDF that we've created. It's about, I think, about a 20-page PDF, free. Doesn't cost you anything. You can obviously you get this QR code, you can scan it. You can click on this right here. Obviously, we'll send this out as well. You can be able to take a look at that. So now you put in your ASIN. You're going to be able to look at the calculator, see if it makes sense to remove these reviews. And then guess what? You're going to be able to go do that on your own. And then guess what? You say, hey, Shane, I'm too busy for this, man. I don't have time for this. I got to get some reviews removed. Guess what? We're going to have the ultimate hack is we're offering $500 off. We used to charge $750 for lifetime monitoring. That means from here to there, all the way to the end. And now we're giving a $500 discount there. We have no contracts, nothing like that. If you don't want to do it on your own, you can click on this QR code, book a demo. And once again, we'll be sending this out as well. I appreciate you guys taking the time. And once again, don't be shy. Take a look at this. If not, if you guys don't want to book some time with us, go and try it on your own so you can knock out and nuke those reviews, so we'll be all set for Q4.
Okay, man. And time is up. Perfect timing. Okay. So everyone, if you want to nuke your negative reviews or not TOS compliant reviews, you can vote for number 3, Shane Barker. And I strongly recommend to get in touch with him because you never know where you might need a service like that. So thank you again, Shane. I'll write down the number if you like it, everyone, number 3. And then we go to number 4, Chris McCabe. So thanks for joining, Chris. Please do a short intro, and once you're ready, let me know, and we're going to start the timer.
Yeah, will do. And you just get to look at me for 5 minutes. I don't have any beautiful slides to present for this type of material. Chris McCabe of e-commerce. Chris, I worked at Amazon on the performance evaluation and policy enforcement teams for several years. So now I've got e-commerce Chris for the last 10 plus years. We've been helping people mostly known for suspensions, reinstating listings, reporting competitor abuse, and helping people get ASINs back up quickly, especially at this time of year. Me and a crew of consultants who are mostly ex-Amazon, and reach out to us if you have any questions about anything I'm about to talk about, which hopefully will be simple and elegant and straightforward, but I'll start the timer. I've got one here.
Okay, sure. Let's go.
Great. And in terms of the hack that I wanted to present, it's about requesting escalations, high-level attention on reinstatement appeals, listing suspensions, competitor abuse, everything I just talked about from leadership teams, and using the phrase leadership teams, sometimes known as escalation teams, but even Amazonians can mix and match these terms. How do you request such a thing? A lot of people are emailing escalations from the primary email on their account to executives or to mid-level management. Depends on how long they've been around and who they know, who they might have met at an Amazon conference. But the bottom line is, I'm trying to encourage everyone to stop wasting time on seller support cases, on lower tier calls with account health reps, or really with anyone at Amazon where you can tell that Amazon's not investing in improvements anymore. They're either going to replace or swap out a lot of those people in the near future with AI, or you're just going to get the same copy and paste generic responses over and over. That just wastes time. It probably wastes money if you're losing revenue, especially at this time of year. And you can replace that with a hack that's actually been around most of this year that I don't see a lot of brands using, which is pushing for calls from leadership team members. Whether you're talking to account health reps and you get to their management, you can ask them, who can I email and request a leadership team call? And they will make a call. They might actually schedule a time with you, or they might call you randomly. That's some kinks that still need to be ironed out. But sometimes they don't want to write to you back because the only message they can send you is a copy and paste message with little variety on what you've already seen. So you have to kind of be the pressure point and push them to call you. You have to be available for the call, of course. You have to be ready to take notes. You have to be ready to record the name of the person you're talking to. If for some reason they don't give you something useful in that call, and in most of our experiences with the brands we work with and manage appeals for, there is a strategy value there. They tell you what a previous appeal was lacking. They tell you about a document you might not have attached. They might refer you elsewhere to a different team or even a different person who can call you on a second call and tell you how to escalate it internally, or how to write an external escalation that you can email in from your primary. I'm surprised I don't hear a lot of people talking about this because so many sellers have received these calls and it's actually been useful, and they've been able to skip ahead or jump several steps ahead in the appeals process instead of going in the same circle of copy and paste answers while days or weeks go by. Stop writing to people like Jeff at Amazon. That's the executive seller relations team. A lot of sellers still tell us they think that's an escalation. It's not. That's like a generic email queue. I don't know if you've heard, Jeff's not really around anymore, but executive seller relations or ESR teams, that's not the same thing as leadership team members who are often direct manager level people who are direct reports to the executives that you've already emailed escalations to. Now, if you sent a poorly might not call you, they might send you a copy and paste answer back. That's not what you're looking for. But if they do call you and you get some useful information out of it, like why your last appeal was denied, specific steps you can take to fix it while you're on the call with them. That's kind of the next level that we've been trying with some of our brands that we're working with. Maybe while you're on the call, you can just do a couple things, write it right there, have them take a look at it before they send it up the chain. But this is something that's been going on for like 9 months. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I still see a lot of people doing seller support cases or account health calls. I mean, yeah, you can generate a case just to have something to refer to. You can talk to account health just to say that you've done it, but that's not going to move the needle. If anyone has questions about this, if you've been through it before and you don't think it went down the right way, or you didn't say the right thing, or you weren't prepared for it, I can help you prepare for the next one you have. But you do have to be the person requesting it, pushing for it. And if it doesn't go down the right way the first time, you've captured the name of the person you talked to. Hopefully you've got some decent notes on what you talked about.
Chris, 1 minute left.
Yeah, I'm just about to wrap up. With that information, you can build the framework for the next escalation email that you send in. And if you don't speak to that same person again, you should get another call from another member of leadership teams or escalation teams, and you can clarify, hey, we already went through this. We already picked apart what we were supposed to send in next. We already sent it, and we're going back in circles. So use that as a basis for the next escalation. It sounds kind of tedious and it sounds labor intensive, but it does work. And these days, most brands are looking for anything high level solution related or strategy wise that'll work. So if you why it didn't finish or solve the problem, feel free to follow up with me and share some notes or examples, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thanks, Chris. So everyone, this was number 4, Chris McCabe. So don't wait for the shit to hit the fan. Get in touch with Jeff. Not Jeff, man. Jeff.
Don't get in touch with Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff is a good call, but no, he got married, so
Jeff's busy. He's busy.
Yeah,
he's busy.
So get in touch with Chris. He's gonna tell you how to do it, what to do it, and just so you don't get in trouble. So everyone, again, this is number 4, Chris McCabe. If you like his hack, write it down, vote for him, and I strongly recommend get in touch regardless of that. So now we go to number 5. So number 5 is Vijay Jacob. He lives in one of my favorite countries, Portugal, close to the biggest waves in the world, but now he's going to talk about some other stuff, which is super hot. So Vijay, please introduce yourself, man. And once you're ready, let me know and I'm going to turn on the timer.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Nick. And thanks to be on stage with all the panelists before and after me. Hopefully you can hear me fine, okay? All good?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. All right, so my name is Vijay Jacob. I'm the founder of AEO Engine. We help brands, basically Shopify brands, e-commerce brands, anybody with a website, get cited in AI, not only get Google traffic, but also become the answer where it matters for the products you sell or the services that you offer. So the topic is how to get ChatGPT to become your ambassador, but it really is any AI, right? Any AI search. Very quick about me. I started an Amazon marketing agency, Foster FBA, in 2018. And since then, we've SEO and AEO called Answer Engine Optimization. I guess, sorry, you can start the timer.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So along the way, over the last couple of years, essentially, I used AI to figure out how can we create content at scale? How can we optimize content at scale? And while we were doing this as part of AEO Engine over the last couple of months, we've had 20, 25 plus brands, Shopify brands, they're 8-figure brands, 7-figure brands, where we've implemented a fully agentic system to create content that not only brings traffic from Google, but also from AI engines to our clients' product pages, their collection pages, their blog posts. And as part of the hack, this is an example of people are saying that SEO is dying. It's not really dying, it's evolving in the AI search realm of there. And this is an example image of one of our clients, a Dominate Dental is a dentist practice in the UK. We got them in for very high commercial topics like best dental agency in the UK. And they were recommended for topics that they're bringing them leads now directly from ChatGPT. So really what's changed is not only do you need good content, but you also need to be content that is citable by ChatGPT and Perplexity and so on. So how do we do that? All right, there's 4 steps to train AI to be able to basically push citations across ChatGPT and Perplexity and all these LLMs. The first step is we need to have rich markup schema. So what is markup schema? It's really just code, right? So this is like JSON LD code that sits on the back end of your pages, typically in the HTML. And it's telling ChatGPT and all these LLMs, like, what is the organization? Does your page have an FAQ? Is it meant to be an article? Is it meant to be a product? Reviews, what are the review schemas? What are people telling about it? Essentially, it is rich data that is only visible to these LLMs, right? So step 1 is you need to have good markup schema. Now you can Google and ChatGPT ask how to create markup schema. But we're also giving, at the end of this, you'll get a QR code where we're going to give you the exact markup schema we use for our Shopify clients for your product pages and your collection pages. It's free. And you can take that, plug that into your site, and you'll be good to go. The second one is content structure. Content structure is very important. So in the old way, you'd have a H1 tag or header, and you'd have just blocks of text, an image here and there. Now there is actually a very specific content structure that is getting a lot more citations, almost 10x more, depending on how you structure the page. So what's working really well is at the top of the page, you want to have the answer in the first paragraph, right? So whatever is the topic that you're writing the blog post about, answer it right up on top in the blog post, right? That's the first thing you want to do. After that, you'd have very structured data like a table of contents. You'd have a TLDR. You'd want to inject unique and proprietary information. This is research that only you know of, that's not regurgitated from other places, in addition to very well curated content, so that you have a unique edge in why ChatGPT should cite your content. And the last thing is the actual format. So formats like listicles, where you're doing comparisons, comparison tables, X versus Y, best solution, best knee socks, best XYZ for this use case. Those articles and those formats do really well when it comes to LM citations. And that's the kind of content we're creating for our clients as well through AEO Engine. So the content structure also will be something that we will include with an example blog post, so you can see how it looks like if you want to emulate it for your own site. The third one is parasite SEO.
Sorry,
yeah, I'm almost done. This is the last one. Parasite SEO. So this is where we are basically syndicating your content on other high domain sites. This could be, stack. It could be something really creative and much more faster. One very cool tool we use is called 𝗏𝗄𝗏. You can look it up. 𝗏𝗄𝗏 is a cloud stack builder, and they automate a lot of this for you. The last one is social consensus. Basically, you want to seed Reddit and Quora and get your brand mentioned in a bunch of these places. Again, something we do. If you do these 4 things, there's no way that you wouldn't get cited really fast through AI and you start bringing in a lot of traffic. So I'm going to end with the image to get your Shopify markup schema for free. Just take a screenshot of that and do come to the QR code. And then the first 5 brands that do a discovery call with us and sign up, we'll give you a free PR blast that really pushes the needle. Thanks for listening, guys. Okay, thanks, Vijay. Okay, guys, so this is the new hot stuff with the abbreviation that I am going to break my tongue. AEO. SEO is much easier. So, guys, if you like Vijay's hack, vote for him number 5. Regardless of that, I strongly recommend to get in touch with him because they're doing some real cool stuff. So thanks again, Vijay. And now we go to number 6, Monte. Monte, hey Monte, please do a quick intro, man. And once you're ready, we can turn on the timer.
Hey there, my name is Monte. I'm the founder of 𝗏𝗃𝗏. I'm going to turn one product photo into an optimized listing. Let's start the timer.
Okay, let's start, man.
All right. Let me know if you can't see my screen. You only need 2 things in 𝗏𝗃𝗏 to get a better. Can you see? Okay. You only need 2 things. One is your listing URL. I'll just drop that in here. And 2 is a product photo. And 𝗏𝗃𝗏 is going to generate everything you need: main image, lifestyle, infographic, A+ content, all that. What you're seeing here is that 𝗏𝗃𝗏 took your listing URL and your photo, and it's designing a campaign brief. So it's creating a plan of what it's going to do that's tailored to your brand and your category to win on Amazon. Now, you can modify any of these prompts if you want to, or pick a different image model or a bunch of other settings, but I'm just going to click generate because it's faster. Now, what makes this special? We trained 𝗏𝗃𝗏 on 100,000 top performing Amazon listings to figure out what works. And we baked it into a system that's a 0 prompt system, right? Because we know that, and you know, that better photos would make you more money. It's an obvious point. but you don't have 3 weeks to wait on a designer. You don't have $5,000 to spend on a photo shoot, and you don't have 10 years of your life to prompt ChatGPT. All right, some results are coming in already. I got some lifestyle shots. Yeah, in use. Some vibes. Cool, cool, cool. UGC, nice. Title. Let me show you something. I'll just pop this open. And so these are not just images. 𝗕𝗃𝗦 is the only AI tool with editable designs. You can write anything. You can edit anything. You can regenerate that image. You can change these colors. The other big benefit of having editable designs versus just pure images is that you can use your brand fonts, colors, and logo. 𝗕𝗃𝗦 also learns your brand voice so that everything it generates is on brand. Let's go back and see what we got. All right. We should add a game here or something. Cool. Listings basically here. So we have a main image that has hacks built in to boost your click-through rate. This alone can get you 30% higher click-through rate and pay for 𝗕𝗃𝗦 on day one. Lifestyle, in use, value proposition, beautifully done. Benefits, aesthetics, UGC, A+ content. And again, this A+ content is fully editable. You can take full control. All right. And of course, yeah, nice. So yeah, generates the image, writes the copy, puts it in your brand, title, bullets, everything optimized for winning on Amazon. I'll show you a couple other things really quickly. So let's say that an image is close, but not quite there. Let me see if I can pick something that there we go. So sometimes it's just an image and it's not a design. Sorry. You can use our spot edit feature. And let's just say you don't want all these flowers here. Remove the flowers. Core problem with AI is that it just can't figure out what you're trying to say. And it just doesn't do the job. That's why we built spot edit. Nice. Okay, just to show you again, it removed the flowers, like I said, but nothing else. All right, I'm not gonna find this anywhere else. Okay, really quickly, let me show you a few other things 𝗕𝗃𝗦 can do. I can't go into all the details, but main image.
Monte, 1 minute left.
Perfect. Main image. These are image hacks built in to boost click-through rate by 30%. Some report even 300% click-through rate improvements with our main images using shadows, ingredients, in-use, badges, ribbons, things like that. And then one more thing. I keep saying that, but I love this one, and you will too. Let's say you have a lot of children, a lot of variants, different colors. You have this, for example, woman in a blue shirt and an infographic. You have many, many colors of the shirt. You can take your designer for a week and lock them up and have them make this, or you can just have 𝗕𝗃𝗦 do it in 2 minutes. Look at that. Blue, green, yellow, mauve, burgundy, black. So that's 𝗕𝗃𝗦.ai. Give us a shot. 50% extra credits if you mention this webinar. Book a demo.
Okay, thank you, Monte. So everyone, this is number 6, Monte, with his AI hack, how to turn one photo into an optimized listing. So if you like his hack, write it down, number 6. So thanks again, Monte. And now we go to number 7, our previous hack winner, best friend of everyone, Vincenzo, who is with Amazon Peeps right now. So thanks again, Monte. V, it's your turn. I know that you're in a hurry, so please do a quick intro, and once you're ready, let me know. I'm gonna turn on the timer.
Hello, Nick. So first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity, as usual. Such a pleasure to be here with you and the rest of the panelists, which are very close friend of mine. So very excited. So let me start by sharing my screen. I'm gonna give them a quick intro, and we can start with the hack. Okay. So quick intro about myself, guys, before I jump into the topic. So my name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of 𝗕𝗃𝗦𝗧 𝗢𝗃𝗦𝗧. We're a full service agency where we have worked to date with over 1,000 brands. we pretty much specialize on doing everything from A to Z when it comes to Amazon. So PPC, DSP, brand creative, listing optimization, everything under the sun when it comes to Amazon. With a team of pretty much over 80 people right now, we manage over 9-figure in revenue. So we have a lot of expertise when it comes to really understanding what works on Amazon, what doesn't work. And the hack that I'm going to be sharing with you today, I believe is one of the hacks that I see a lot of brands, even within a portfolio, they are not leveraging lately. And if you start implementing that, you're definitely going to have a very successful 2026. So that's me. Let's roll, Nick.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. So a lot of you, I'm sure, you have a lot of data when it comes, especially if you're coming from a D2C place, you have data outside of Amazon, right? And a lot of times it raises the question like, how can I leverage this on Amazon? And a lot of people are not aware of this, but now Amazon allows you to essentially upload this information to Amazon, and you can essentially now maximize what you can achieve with ads. And you're going to ask yourself why this is important. Like the reality is Amazon, when it comes to advertising, is getting very, very complex and very, very saturated. Like actually, as Nick was saying, I'm right now here with Amazon in Milan, and some of the biggest conversations about how we essentially transition from the old way of doing advertising, which is keyword search, to essentially now doing it based on behaviors and essentially audiences. And that's really the future when it comes to Amazon. And we see with Rufus, it all comes down to really understanding your consumer and reverse engineer the lifestyle, everything around that person when it comes to the history in the platform, and now leverage that when it comes to advertising. Now, the question that a lot of you might ask yourself is like, okay, how do I use this when it comes to advertising? How can I leverage that? So when it comes to using 𝗀𝗵 data, a lot of you most likely, as I mentioned, may have emails already or names, last name, addresses, phone numbers, things that most likely if you're doing things when it comes to email marketing, you should already be experimenting with. So now we can upload this to Amazon Marketing Cloud. And the beauty of that is now Amazon allows you to do is once you upload all this information, you will essentially match that with internal information in terms of who could be potentially your perfect consumer, because it will scrap the data from your 𝗀𝗵 data and it will essentially tell you these are the consumers, essentially lookalike audiences that are shopping on Amazon. So for a lot of you brands that maybe are transitioning into Amazon, or you have never leveraged your 𝗀𝗵 data, now you can be more effective when it comes to running advertising. And the way it works is you upload this information to Amazon Marketing Cloud. You now essentially can leverage and create these audiences within Amazon Marketing Cloud. And you can use it in two ways. The first one, which is the one I like to use it the most, is essentially with DSP, because with DSP now what we can do essentially, especially we are coming from having a 𝗀𝗵 database, which most likely means you have experience outside of Amazon. Now you can also essentially running ads outside of Amazon with DSP. And essentially you can build the whole funnel from top to bottom. That means you can focus a lot on awareness, following people in places where, you know, usually have nothing to do with Amazon. So secondary websites when people is browsing outside of the platform, and bring these people to Amazon. And on top of that, when it comes to DSP, the beauty is targeting as well. It's not only about focusing on YouTube brand metrics, it's also about all those consumers that essentially look alike people that is very likely to buy from you, that maybe they already have engaged with your product pages, they have engaged with your competitor, but they haven't spent money yet. So now with DSP and leveraging your 𝗀𝗵 data, we can essentially follow people around on and off Amazon and make sure we maximize the conversion we get overall with our advertising. Now, when it comes to this, a lot of the things I like to focus on, and these are some of the examples, is three main objectives. So the first one is retargeting, which I already mentioned. Audience expansion is a big thing for us as well, because a lot of times we reach plateau when it comes to Amazon. We don't know how to go beyond the current scope that we have achieved with advertising. And with 𝗀𝗵 data, we can essentially tell Amazon, this is the consumer I also have of Amazon that resemble my perfect consumer, and go out there in the Amazon bubble and find me people that essentially are like that. And the final one is brand education. So this one essentially also allow you when it comes to controlling the niche, right? It's a lot to do with awareness, showing across all the different placements that people need when it comes to touchpoint to start trusting your brand and essentially choose you over your competition. Now, when it comes to this strategy, this is not only for DSP, because a lot of you might ask themselves, okay, I don't want to do DSP because maybe it requires a lot of investment. And the good news is this can actually also be leveraged on sponsor ads as well. So essentially, when you leverage all this data within Amazon Marketing Cloud,
1 minute left.
These audiences, you can also transition them into essential sponsor ads, and you can also double down on the keywords that you dominate, but on top of that, building on an audience that is already essentially replicating your perfect avatar. So these are some of the things I also see in the screen, like, I mean, coming down to and double down on what has worked of Amazon and doubling down on Amazon. And here's a quick case study so you can have an idea. Like for us implementing something like this, we managed with a coffee brand that were super strong on Shopify, but they were just getting started on Amazon. We took the 1P data, we uploaded to Amazon, created audiences, and when DSP and sponsor ads, we managed to achieve the numbers that you see in the screen. So you can see how powerful this is when essentially double down on the consumer. That's your perfect avatar. So as a conclusion, make sure you don't get stuck in the bubble of only running sponsor ads. Double down on your audiences, especially if you have 1P data, upload it to Amazon, create lookalike audiences, and make sure you create that ecosystem that's super important nowadays to keep the customer loyalty and make sure people keep buying from you. So that's everything from me. Vincenzo, feel free to scan the QR below where you can book a call with me and my team. I'm more than happy to discuss how we can help you implement this for your brand.
Okay, thanks. And time is up, exactly on time. You just scored at the last minute like the Scottish peeps yesterday. So good. Okay, so everyone, this is number 7, Vincenzo Toscano. If you like his hack, write down number 7 and you can vote for him. And then, thanks, Vi. Say hi to the Amazon peeps.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye, man. Okay, so now we go to number 8. My brother from another mother from the great state of Texas, even though he's not real Texan. So, John, do a quick intro to the guys who don't know.
Perfect.
Once ready, we can get started.
Awesome. Nick, can you hear me and see my screen?
Yeah, I can hear. I can
okay.
see.
Perfect. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm actually from Europe. So
I know,
I'm a European Texan. So I grew up in Portugal, but I now live in Texas, which is obviously the best place in the world. So today we're going to cover breaking Amazon's image rules and talking about basically playing in the gray. And before we get into that, a little bit about myself. I founded Black Label Advisor actually after I sold my entire Amazon business in 2019 for $5 million. And now I consult basically elite brands who are already doing millions and millions every year. I help them with strategy to sell more on the platform. That's my wife and my 2 boys at our local Fall Fest at the mall. All right, you can start your timer.
Okay.
So let's go through. I'll start with this quote: "Is if everyone else is doing it, then is it really a rule for me? Stop being a rule follower." So I want people to kind of get outside of the paranoia. There is a, and 𝗏𝗏 will actually agree with this. There's things you can do on Amazon that are not going to get you suspended, but you might get a slap on the wrist. So what does Amazon actually say about your hero image? Pure white background, no extra objects, colors, people, packaging, unless it's necessary for the product. No text, don't show unit counts, blah, blah, no one cares. So I see this all the time when I'm talking to clients, and I always ask them, why aren't you kind of bending? Why aren't you going into the gray a little bit? And it's just this hyper paranoia of like, I don't want to get suspended when everyone else is doing it. So the question is, if everyone else is doing it, then why aren't you? So this is my first example. I was shopping for jumbo. These are like 2-foot Christmas lights for our outdoor area in our yard. And everyone's breaking the rules. And this one actually grabbed my attention because instead of just showing me a box of lights on Amazon, I can actually see it right in their hero image. Are they breaking the rules? Absolutely. Is it effective? Yes, because I purchased from them. Another example, Animal, I've used their products a million times, just working out and sports in general. And they do a really good job of showing the actual flavor. And so technically this isn't allowed. So it's already on their packaging, but they actually add the powder and the berries right there in the picture. So they're breaking the rules. So why aren't you? This is one, sometimes it'll get suppressed, sometimes it'll work. It's kind of a mixed bag, but basically some products, you will get them and it won't line up with the picture. And so the sugar-free 90 count on their lid, you will actually never see that when you physically get their product from Amazon, but it's really effective. It's really loud, it's sugar-free, it's bold, and they have great packaging, but the sugar-free is already kind of small. So this bumps it up and gets your attention. Is it against the rules? Yes. So why aren't you doing it? This one is basically theme it. So during Christmas time, it's really effective to do this. Just it's the holiday spirit, and so putting things like bows or other holidays during the year is going to be effective. Everyone's doing it, and obviously they're not suspended. And I want to just make one thing clear: all these examples are from sellers who are thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews. These are all private label sellers and selling currently on Amazon. So these are all things that are done all the time, and I want people to be less paranoid about it. Here's another one. You can go and do this in many different ways. This one is honestly just talking about the length of the power cord, but you can go and explain this. You can add details here for a variety of products. So basically, you're just giving more information to the consumer quickly. So instead of relying on your bullet points, instead of relying on your secondary images, this is getting the customer's interest immediately. This one is add movement or motion. So this Bluetooth speaker is one of the top sellers on Amazon, and they add a splash of water, and it stands out from a lot of the other sellers because no one else is doing it, and they're crushing it. So this is just one example of movement. You can add all sorts of different things to your main image and get away with it for a long time. The time when you can't get away with it or when you get caught is when there's a higher uptick of people reporting you. Worst case, in my experience, is getting a suppression, and then you just re-upload a picture, and then you go back to the picture you had before after that.
John, 1 minute left.
Yeah, 1 minute. Got it. You guys obviously know 𝗀𝗃. He's done tons of speaking. This one is really interesting because he's actually one of the top sellers on Amazon. He includes the physical pictures of the variations for your colors, and he includes a fake picture of a latte, includes movement. So he's breaking all the rules. He has a bow on his package. He's including the package. The package is not necessary, so technically that's not allowed either. So they absolutely crush it. So why aren't you doing it? Here's another one. I actually used to sell outdoor kid swings. This is one of my old competitors. They're still selling on Amazon. So you're not allowed to include people, but they are. I've included lifestyle pictures of people on my main images and got away with it for a long time. Here's one. A lot of people recognize this, Mighty Patch. Adding shade. It's obviously not a pure white background. Sometimes it's as simple as that to really pop on search results. This one
John,
is...
time is up, man. So
Okay. There's just a couple more examples, packaging. If you want to connect, I have 2 newsletters, Amazon Insiders, Walmart Insiders. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search John Elder. Then my email is below. Thanks for having me, Nick.
Thanks, John. So everyone, this was number 8, John Elder. If you like the hack, write it down, number 8. Vote for him. Regardless of that, strongly recommend get in touch. Subscribe to his newsletter so you can claim the presentation and the copies. So obviously, I mean, if peeps are doing that, why not you? So, okay, guys. Now, if you have some questions, no questions, no, you can ask those in the end, or you can write them down. I'm gonna answer them. We're gonna have one of the speakers answer that. So we're doing fires, hacks, no questions in the meantime. So now we go to number 9, Isabella reads. Isabella is always the one number to number 3. She's never won my hack series, but let's see if she does it today. So Isabella, please introduce yourself, and once you're ready, we can turn on the timer for you.
Hey, well, no pressure at all, given that Matt didn't speak yet and Janelle is behind me, and I was just watching them at MM3. So you know what? If I win, I win. But those are the 2 beasts here.
Okay.
Okay, so my name is Isabella Reitz. I'm doing product research, validation, and development. That's my primary expertise. Today, I want to talk about conversions because primary problem of a lot of sellers is that when you guys are selling, well, first, you're choosing wrong products, a lot of you. And the second one, none of the products are having storytelling. What is happening? We're talking about features of the product, and no one is talking about why these products are for and what problems these products are solving. And also, not a lot of sellers are having brand characters. And if you don't want to be your own brand ambassador or you don't want to hire anybody, you can just create a mascot that will be talking about your business. So 5-minute hack is how to create a brand character that becomes your storyteller in 5 minutes. Did you start the timer, Nick?
No, waiting for your sign. So let's go.
Okay. So you can generate a mascot in your brand voice with the personality that will fit your customer avatar, which you're supposed to be doing. And I really had a consulting today with the huge multi-million-dollar business that have no voice, no branding, pretty much nothing. They just talk about benefits of the products, and that's why they have a very, very low conversion, which can be fixed in really seconds. So you have to talk to the personality of your customer. You have to have a backstory. You have to have some story templates that like for your listings and creatives, and you have to create a repeatable image prompt across all your pages. So you need a character, and it can be literally anything. It can be photorealistic lady, or it can be some cartoonish guy that will be talking to your customer avatar, right? So you can have it you can have like a warmer customer, you can have warmer, you can have more memorable or more human or more trustworthy voice. It really depends on what you're going to pick. So you have to have a psychology behind it. You have to bypass the logic. You have to gain faster trust. You have to go to the higher engagement, because you have only 3 seconds when your customers are landing on your listing. So how you're grabbing their attention, you have a higher attention, how you boosting your conversion, you have a higher attention, higher retention, and higher emotional connection when you are talking and communicating to your customer avatar. So where the character works is, of course, e-commerce, social media, and you have several touch points, which is in your packaging, your inserts, in your email list, on your website. And when if you are creating, for example, your social media character, that can be that guy as well. So, and what this hack gives you, you can go into my custom GPT that I built for you guys, and you can click Build My Brand Character. And then you will be asked several simple questions. Hold on. Of course, it had to be happen live, right? You have to click Build My Character, and then you will be asked several questions. And what do you sell? Who's your ideal customer? What emotion should evoke this character? What's your brand personality? And yada, yada, yada. You will answer all these questions pretty quick. If you don't know who is your customer avatar, here is another ChatGPT, custom GPT, where you will click start and it will walk you through how to get the best insights of your customer avatar. And if you don't want to go using 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗀, you can just try to build your customer avatar with ChatGPT. But again, here everything is already customized specifically for e-com products. And then this is where you'll be going to. I was using as an example a character for the building blocks brand. So, and I created a cartoonish and more photorealistic teddy bear. And then I created just one simple listing page, which speaks to the parent saying, build their mind, not just screen time. And look at the child behind and look at the teddy bear. So now we're speaking to the pain point of the parent, and we have a character of the brand that will talk to the parent about future pain points. And if you want to get this presentation access to all these GPTs without giving me your email, but your phone number, add yourself to my WhatsApp group, where we're chatting about a lot of different questions on a daily basis without really BS free. And I'll be happy to help you out there if you have anything else. Nick, I'm done, probably below 10
Yeah,
minutes.
you actually win. You're the fastest hack today. So you're first. So everyone, make sure that follow Isabella, and if you like her hack, you can vote for her.
Oh yeah, vote for me, of course, not for Kostan. No votes to you.
You forgot to say that. So number 9 is 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗶. Regardless of that, strongly recommend to get in touch with her. We're gonna share her contact like the other speakers, founders today, and you guys can get the cool stuff. So now we go to number 10. Thanks again, Isabella. Let's see who is number 10. Number 10, okay, so it's Amy Weiss, another from the
Go, Emmy.
All-Star Amazonians. I'm gonna do like only woman.
Making me
Amazon
follow
type person.
Isabella. Rude. Rude.
What? I said go, Emmy. What
No,
did
I
say?
said Nick. I'm blaming it on Nick. He's making me follow you, and that's rude.
Okay. Got it. I thought you said I was rude. I'm like, I was just hugging you 2 days ago. What
No,
did
we're
I
all
do?
friends. We're all friends here.
Yeah,
Well, great to
okay,
be
Amy,
here.
thanks, Amy. So do a quick intro. Once you're ready, let's go, and we can start the timer.
Okay, I'll do what everybody else is doing and tell you when to start the timer.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I am Amy 𝗬𝗎 from Amazing at Home. I have been on this Amazon train since about 2007, and I help people on their journey from concept all the way to launch on Amazon, TikTok, and retail stores, all the fun things. I specialize in product development and marketing. And if you'd like, you can always go to my website and get a free Amazon listing review. You can just click here under services and click free product listing review, and I'll take a look at your listing. Or if you just have a business questions for me, you can ask me a question right on my website. Just scroll down and right here, fill out this form, and I'll send you a video with an answer to your question. So today, what am I going to talk about? There's a lot of people in here talking about optimize your listings and your images for AI, do all the things. But oftentimes you have to access one of their tools and you don't know what goes behind that, right? You don't know what's behind it. Isabella was just talking about building your avatar, and you maybe don't know your avatar and you can use the custom GPT, but maybe you want to know the questions that go into it. So Rufus actually knows all this stuff.
Amy,
So
did you start already?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay,
So
okay,
I'm going to
that's
show
fine.
you today, go ahead and start the timer, how to beat the competition with Rufus. Rufus has a lot of data. Now, I've been talking about this for a couple months and using this technique for a couple of months, and it is getting even better. I just did it with a client the other day, and Amazon, Rufus actually identified that we were in the wrong category. It gave us the exact keywords to target. It is getting better and better and better every single day. So I'm going to show you today a really, really easy process to find out exactly what's stopping your listings from converting, what keywords you should be targeting in your listings, what your images should be saying, and why customers are or are not buying your products, what they're buying instead, how to find out why, all of that. So basically, the process is you are going to start by accessing Rufus on Amazon. How do you do that? Right up here in the corner is your Rufus shopping assistant. So let's say this is my product, right? I'm going to click on Rufus here, and I'm going to ask some initial questions. So what initial questions am I going to ask? I'm going to ask, hello, what is this product for? I want to know, how does Amazon see my product? How do they describe it? Then I'm going to ask, what do people like about this product? Then I'm going to ask, what don't people like about this product? You'd be surprised, it's not just your reviews summarized. Amazon's Rufus actually has information from the back end. It has information from DSP. It has information from Cosmo. It has a lot of information about why people shop and why people don't shop for certain products, outside of just customer reviews, based on search data, all kinds of really great stuff. And then what are people buying instead of this product? That is a really, really great question to ask, and it will tell you what Amazon and customers see as your actual competition, okay? And then finally, question 5, why do you think people choose this product over other alternatives? And the answers you're going to get are going to be really surprising. I had a client, he was selling a foot roller, and for, plantar fasciitis in the feet, and his background was athletics. And he was basically using that athletic side of things within his images, everything else. He had all these athletic endorsements. And we went through this process with him, and we actually learned that his core customer is nurses and other people who are kind of going through this, right? So then what you're going to do, once you have these questions and answers from Rufus, you've got it right here, right? You're just going to ask and get the answers. You're going to copy and paste this into ChatGPT along with this prompt. So basically I said, I'm working with my client to optimize his Amazon listing. You guys can say, I'm optimizing my Amazon listing. Although it has all the right SEO and keywords, we want to make sure it's optimized for AI. And now this is the process, guys. I'm going to give you the listing and images. Now, why do I do that? I want ChatGPT to have that context of my listing and images before I do questions and answers with Rufus to get more information from Rufus. So I'm giving it the listing and images as well as the first 5 questions I asked Rufus and its answers. And then I said, I want you to take these insights and help us, number 1, identify if there are any other questions we need to ask Rufus for optimization. Number 2, identify opportunities based on Rufus feedback that will allow us to optimize the listing and images further. For example, comparison charts, athlete endorsements, etc. And number 3, give us a fully optimized listing planned. And then I always ask AI, do you understand the task? Because I want it to tell me back exactly what I just told it to do and that it understands it. So if you give it this and then you feed in your listing and your images, and then you could even do this for competitors if you really want to get some interesting information, but give it your listing and images, give it your listing text, your listing images, your A+ content text. And if you guys have never done this on Amazon, it's very easy. Just click here, right click, copy image, paste it right into ChatGPT. Super easy. You can do it on A+ content as well. So
Amy, 1 minute left.
Okay, great. So you're going to do that. And then ChatGPT is going to give you additional questions to ask Rufus. You guys, these are gold. In the latest, I had a client that's selling a backpack, and the latest one that I did this with, it even gave me, ChatGPT even gave me SEO insights to be asking. So, and Amazon actually gave me the exact like long tail keywords, everything. So SEO, search and discoverability, high buyer intent queries, it gave me everything. It even said, hey, you're missing out on traffic because you're in the wrong category. This is how powerful Rufus has gotten. So once you guys have all of this data inside of here, you're going to once again, copy and paste the questions and answers that ChatGPT gives you for Rufus back in. And now you're going to have the most optimized images and Amazon listing you can have. It's really, really incredible. It's going to convert better than anything else. And I promise you, agencies are not doing this with your listings. So you are going to get better results.
Okay, Amy, so time is up and I think you're done in great hack. So everyone, this was number 10 Amy with. If you like her hack, write down number 10. It's really easy, 1 and 0, and you can vote for her in probably 30 minutes. So thanks again, Amy. And now we go to number 11. Okay, now we go to Andrew Math. So Andrew, it's your turn, man. So do a quick intro, you know the flow. Once ready, let me know when we can turn the timer on. Andrew, I cannot hear. I see your screen, but I don't hear. Do you guys hear Andrew?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Nick, thank you, sir. Obviously, everyone who's presented so far, everyone who's joined us and waited this long, obviously, I really appreciate you joining us. My name is Andrew 𝗵𝗃, and I'm the founder and CEO at 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗃. We are a full-service marketing firm for e-commerce sellers. We effectively act as an outsourced marketing department for a lot of brands that we help develop different omni-channel strategies, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about today. Sir Nick, go ahead and hit your timer there, buddy.
Okay, let's go, man.
And I will get it going. So today we're going to talk about Amazon DSP and how you can leverage it to actually grow your list both off Amazon and on Amazon. This is something we do all the time. We have done this for dozens and dozens of brands where they've developed more omni-channel strategies to help brands not be so reliant on Amazon. While I know this is about Amazon, I am going to also talk about how this actually improves your Amazon business as well. And proof is in the pudding. Big thanks to the Amazon crew for actually announcing us as one of the agencies of the year specific to the omni-channel side of the thing. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And one of the reasons that I am a big fan of discussing this is because of this common theme. Over the past 5 years, on average, Amazon has seen an average of 10% year-over-year increases in FBA fees, 8% year-over-year in CPCs, and 6% increases in competition. And someone at Prosper who's on Amazon told me that 73% of those sales in the US came from overseas sellers, which means it is a ton of people flooding the market with lower cost products. So it's really just crushing margins. And so we have to look at diversification. This is how brands can combat that, is by not relying on such a single channel and not being reliant on just Amazon, but finding ways to not only have other sales channels, but other marketing channels as well, so they can kind of do more of like a backdoor approach to growing their Amazon business. In January of 2023, Buy with Prime came out, which was Amazon's way of starting to actually help brands do this. Real quick, if you're not familiar with the Buy with Prime concept, essentially, it's a button you add to your website that allows people to check out and they can get all of the Buy with Prime or the Prime benefits. That could be getting it in a couple days, all the standard review, refund benefits, all the fun stuff that we all know about from Prime. And there's a ton of different ways that you can leverage this. One of being it integrates with everything. So this is where you can start to pull in that data from your D2C site that allows you to start to figure out who is more likely to shop with you on Amazon. But the thing that was the game changer is that in September of 2024 at Accelerate, they announced that if you have Buy with Prime on your website, or if you are doing Amazon MCF, so basically they're fulfilling your other orders for you, they now allow you to use Amazon DSP to drive traffic from Amazon back to your website. This is a huge game changer because now you can use Amazon as a customer acquisition tool and not so reliant on it just being your standard revenue driver for your business. So there's different ways that we incorporate this. And obviously one of those is going to be what I'm talking about today, which is DSP. So using DSP, this can obviously help incentivize your purchasers to come back to your website to actually subscribe. It's also great for upsell, cross-sell opportunities, retargeting, gathering customer data. There's a ton of different things. And then there's also the best audiences that you can be using in DSP. So a lot of people, especially when they use DSP, they find like, oh, it doesn't work for me and blah, blah. And typically that's because what has happened is you've tried very top of funnel approaches. But if you actually use DSP as kind of your integration between Amazon to your actual D2C website and stay more middle of funnel, these standard middle of funnel audiences can work very, very well. Simply retargeting people that have already purchased with you and sending them back to your website to get them to subscribe, or people that have visited your competitors and purchased with them, you can actually upsell and cross-sell them to your own products on your website. You can also obviously pull over non-converting visitors, so obviously kind of a standard retargeting. You can do retargeting on competitor listings. You can do abandoned carts. You could try in-market segments, but that's kind of where it gets a little wonky. The hack that I wanted to bring to the table today that they typically don't tell you is that the ability to use DSP, driving traffic from Amazon back to your website, has very, very little limitations. You could implement one product with Buy with Prime, and you now have this full functionality to drive traffic from Amazon back to your website. If you had the ability to use MCF through one product with Amazon, you now have this functionality. A lot of brands see this as a huge...
1 minute left.
Thank you. A lot of brands see this as a really big, heavy lift that like, oh, I got to implement this whole thing through my whole site, or I got to send all of my product into MCF. That is not the case. You actually can do it as little as one product, and it will allow you to bring traffic back from Amazon to your website. There's a ton of other stuff you can do once you have that data that then allows you to use your D2C assets like your website, your social media, your email marketing, et cetera, that you can then drive that traffic back to Amazon to improve your Amazon business. Obviously, I don't have a lot of time today. So if at any point you want to explore escaping Amazon, we have developed the Amazon Escape Plan. So if you go to bluetusker.com/AEP, so it's BLUETUSKR, we built out an entire PDF that shows you the exact process to start diversifying from Amazon so you're not so reliant on it. And if you do want to try Buy with Prime and or MCF, they are now doing up to a $20,000 matching ad spend credit. So you just have to reach out to me and I can get you in touch with one of our reps and they will happily walk you through the process to give Buy with Prime and or MCF a shot. Thank you all. Nick?
Okay, thanks, Andrew. So everyone, this is number 11, Andrew Math, everyone. So if you like his hack, get in touch. If you don't like his hack, he's giving away some good stuff. So I strongly recommend to get in touch and get the good stuff. So now we go to number 12. So let's see who is number 12. So number 12 is another all-star, Elizabeth Green. So Elizabeth, you know the flow. Do a short intro. Tell us if it's warm or warm in Florida, and let Note start a timer.
It is warm, hence I can wear a tank top and pretty much fall.
Okay. I'm jealous. Okay, so do a quick intro for the guys who don't know, and we can start once already.
Absolutely. I'm going to share my screen real quick just to make sure I did it correctly. Cool. I think I did. So, hey, appreciate the intro. My name is Elizabeth Green. We are an Amazon ads agency and really focusing in on incremental strategies that drive growth through intense data analytics and understanding the entire ads ecosystem. So we can get results because ads are becoming more and more competitive. And so it's becoming more and more important to just make sure that you're leveraging all levers at your disposal, hence my presentation today. So I'm a huge believer in bid optimizations being a core function of high performing ads. That being said, there's other things that act on your cost per clicks that you need to be aware of. So that's what I'm going to be walking you guys through today.
Okay, let's go then.
Awesome. So my presentation is stop changing bids. It's a little bit tongue in cheek, but I wanted to give you some other levers that control your spend other than bids. And these are the things that I often find are set it and forget it, and they run away from you really fast. So I'm going to be sharing that with you today. So what you're going to walk away with, we're going to stop your endless optimization loop. A lot of times you're just sitting there kind of doing your mundane tasks, but performance is not improving. We're going to talk about how to improve it. And then I'm going to show you some of the hidden potential explosive spend combinations. These absolutely can obliterate your spend overnight. And then also walking you through core and optimization systems so you can see the entire hierarchy and why all of them affect each other. And so you can't forget any of these. But the main thing is this is the endless optimization loop that most sellers are in. Maybe you have a bid optimization tool. There's a lot of really good ones out there. Maybe you're doing it manually, but a lot of times what you're doing on a more frequent basis is you're optimizing your bids. Then you're checking your ACoS. Hey, things didn't work. So you do another round of optimization or try and get back into the tool. But you're finding that nothing is improving the way you need it to. And that's because you're missing some of these other hidden levers. So these are the 4 CPC levers. And then I do have a bonus lever for you as well, because it's another one where things can absolutely fly under the radar. So we're going to talk about campaign bidding strategy, campaign budgets, placement modifiers. So many people are using these incorrectly. Obviously, keyword bids are an integral part of CPC control, and then I'll go through the bonus lever as well. So the first one is your campaign bidding strategy. You really need to understand your options here. All 3 of these are going to change how your cost per clicks in that campaign are how they perform for every single one of your targets in your campaign. This is something that I can't tell you how many people are just setting and forgetting it and not retesting. So dynamic bidding up and down can increase your bids to up to 100%. This actually, surprisingly enough, we have found works really good in some of your higher cost per click categories. Go figure. I was a huge unbeliever in this. I preached for years, never ever use it. And we're seeing that there's shifts in the algorithm and we're actually seeing really good performance, but it does come at a potential cost because again, Amazon's algorithm has the ability to up to double your bid. So use it with caution. Also, there's fixed bids. Again, another strategic growth lever. So one of the things that we find, especially on new campaigns, if you're struggling to gain impressions, your fixed bids can be a really good strategy here. This forces Amazon to compete at the specific bid that you have selected in the algorithm and are not going to adjust it in real time. And so this can give you visibility, but again, there's no safety net for them to downbid for you. And then dynamic down only. This is a classic. This is the one that most of you all are using. This is really your safety net. It can lower your costs in real time when the algorithm determines that you are not as likely to make a conversion, which again can be cost savings. But as you can imagine, depending on your campaign strategy, you really want to make sure you're using the right bidding strategy because again, it will affect all of your CPCs. So a lot of times you're sitting there trying to force your bids to get impressions when sometimes a fixed bidding strategy is the better move there. And the second one is your campaign budgets. I'm going to say it, this is going to go against some of the people in the space who are honestly a lot of my really good friends, but this is something I will stand on this hill and die on, is stop using an always on budget strategy. I can't tell you how many accounts I get into. This is absolutely obliterating your performance from a total ACoS level. So the budget myth is that there are some theories out there that if your budgets are running out, or if you don't have completely uncapped budgets, that
Elizabeth, 1 minute left.
Frick. Okay, let's go fast. So really budgets are about velocity control. They can control, again, how many clicks you can get. So it's a huge portion. Placement modifiers. Again, a lot of people are using these as sort of a control mechanism when they should be an enhancement mechanism on your bids. You need to control things at the bid level. For your keyword bids, again, this is something that highly controls your cost per click. This is your precision dial though. And again, the other metrics will act on your keyword bid. So this is really where you dial in the system. Risks here are overspending on things you shouldn't be. And then the bonus lever is definitely negatives. I can't tell you how many times in an auto campaign I see one specific negative or search term that's running away, that if you just added that in, all of a sudden, I've literally seen an account go from a 50% ACoS to a 20% ACoS overnight, which is one negative keyword ad. So this is a huge bonus lever on your ads strategy that you should not be ignoring. So this is your control hierarchy. Again, you want to look at make sure that
Elizabeth, time is up. So
all right, we're good. By the way, if anyone wants to reach out to me for the rest of it, there is some additional combinations to avoid and strategies. But if you want to have someone take a look at your control levers, you can definitely reach out to us at jungler.com, and I'll show you which control levers you're missing and how you can correct them.
Okay, thanks, Elizabeth. So that was number 12, everyone. If you like her hack, vote for her in 4 more hacks. If not, I strongly recommend to follow her. She has a badass YouTube channel newsletter, so you can learn a lot for free. I'm repeating, for free. So everyone, number 12, Elizabeth Green. So now we go to who's number 13. Okay, this is the hackers of the hackers. So always number 1 or 2. So let's see, man. You have probably the best competition ever. So Matt, do a quick intro about yourself once already. Let me know when you can turn the timer. I know that you're probably the fastest speaker, so you won't need that, but just in case. Oh.
Yeah, I think the coffee wore off, so I might slow it down for this one, but we'll see. Let me get the slides up here. But yeah, real quick, my name is Matt, and well, first, yeah, thank you for having me. Always a blast to do this. Founder of Product Pinion, and I just love helping other sellers sell more using both real and artificial intelligence. That's kind of like my big go-to. So yeah, with that, I think I'm good to go.
Okay, man, let's go.
All right, so this is lucky number 13, so I'd appreciate your vote. Now, I have a couple things I want to share with you, and I want to get it back to basics because I feel like sometimes we lose sight of what is actually working on Amazon. So number 1, simplicity sells. There's a thing called cognitive load, which basically is if you can understand cognitive load and how to use it to your advantage, it means you'll make more money. There's a fancy study from Stanford that says basically if people have more choices, end up choosing less. And hello, Amazon, with the overwhelm. If you try to buy toothpaste, 10,000 different options for just toothpaste, right? Customers want to be in and out. They're going to be super finicky. Amazon confirms this as well, too. You only have 3 minutes. 28% of purchases on Amazon happen in 3 minutes or less. In 15 minutes, half of all Amazon purchases are done. Amazon knows this. One big reason for Rufus is to limit choices. Hey, Rufus, what's the best product for me? And they give you just a few options. It increases the amount of sales they'll make. Costco knows this as well, too. They have 4,000 products per store versus Walmart's 150,000. But hey, how can I take advantage of this? And let's get practical and actually do this on Amazon. Here's one cool way. It's literally just telling shoppers in a secondary image why they should buy your product. Costco does this really well. So if you're shopping for Costco, it says, hey, why buy televisions on Costco? White glove delivery, 2-year warranty, so on and so forth. You can do this too in a secondary image. I call this an index image. And the most important thing here is tell customers, why is this product worth it? Why will you love this? Answer the question that's going on in their mind when they're shopping, and you'll convert more. Easy peasy. You guys can do this. Second thing you can do, make each secondary image one benefit per image. Anchor, little brand, just does about $1 billion. Look at their images. It's one single benefit per image. Fits into any space. High speed, hear the outside, enjoy noise-free travel. But does this work also for the smaller brands? Yes, we have a case study. For example, with the face painting kit, this was the before, this was the after. Much simpler, free step-by-step guide, easy to apply, remove. They basically overcoming those main objections that people have in their mind. And guess what? 10% to almost 14% conversion rate. It means over $7,000 per sale more. Screenshot for proof. Another quick case study from Vincenzo from 𝗀𝗵𝗂𝗧 basket. These pictures were good. These were even better. Much more simple, same idea, almost doubled the conversion rate by simplifying the secondary images. So simplicity sells. Now, I have one more really cool thing I want to share, pattern interruption. So what is pattern interruption? Well, basically, it's when you break a norm to get attention. And I want to do a live demo. Pretend that I am a main image on Amazon, or I'm a product on Amazon in the search results. Now watch, pay attention. Are we paying attention? Boom! What just happened here? Well, I'm standing out in the search results. I did a pattern interrupt, and I'll show you why this is super cool. Billion-dollar corps know this. Procter & Gamble, Nivea, this is what they do to their main image during the holiday season. And I know John mentioned this, but I want to double down on this as well too, because it works for every single brand, every single product. And even the bow on this Nivea one's not that great. Braun, Venus, they do it. They mandate this for the products because they know it works, it gets attention, and it signifies that it's a gift. And can I do this? Yes. Worst case, you get a suppression, which you can fix in 2 minutes. Best case, you get a ton more sales. What if my product's not giftable? It doesn't matter. You can actually do this for any category. One brand, they sell a 𝗀𝗃𝗏. They did this and got more sales than they would have by not doing it. So how do I do this? It's called festifying your listing on Amazon. You can ask Gemini, Nano, Banana. However, you might struggle with it a little bit. Here's where I say, hey, make sure the bow doesn't cover the image, and looks what it does. It covers the image. You can also use a tool. It's our tool, 𝗿𝗚𝗓𝗏. It lets you create AI stuff in layers. It's completely free, no cost, no subscription, nothing like that. You can sign up 𝗿𝗚𝗓𝗏. It's our gift to you. And this is what it looks like. Basically, you select the AI assets that you want to create, you throw it on there, and you are good to go getting a main image that's going to get you 10, 20, 30% more sales. Thank you, Nick. Okay. So that's, for example, an end result where we actually kind of like really jazzed up the Festify on the Bean company product. But the results are pretty cool. We had people come out to us and say, hey, we're getting tons of 10, 20, 30% increases. Here's the thing. I have something for you. It's the holiday season, so we figured we'd give you something as well too. Mr. Click-Through Rate himself, John Aspinall, is willing to actually create one of these festive main images for you for absolutely free. $0. All you have to do is vote for us, number 13, scan the QR code, or go to productopinion.com/hack, and we will get you a free main image that we can guarantee will get you more attention, more clicks on Amazon. That's it. Thanks, you guys.
Okay, thanks, Matt. And that's a hack and a bribing the attendance. Okay, cool hack, man.
Ethical bribe. Ethical bribe.
Ethical bribe. Okay, guys. So this is number 13. My favorite number used to be number 13 in school, so it's not fatal for me. It's great. Now I met my wife like that, so that was my hack. Okay, guys. So number 13, everyone, Matt Kostan. If you like his hack, vote for him. 3 more hacks to go, and you will be able to. We're gonna start the poll and you can run. And now we go to number 14, 𝗍𝗃𝗍, one of the coolest people I've met. And 𝗍𝗃𝗍, please tell the guys what you're doing, because I kind of see you because you're super active, but people probably don't know what you're doing. So do a quick intro, and once you're ready, let me know and we can turn on the timer.
Okay, awesome. Guys, I'm 𝗍𝗃𝗍𝗍, and if I'm the coolest person Nick's met, like that's the highest compliment I've received in my life, probably. So he knows, if you guys know Nick, he has like the largest networking group on the planet. So I think he was being a little generous there. I didn't even know this was a contest. I would have really brought some good stuff. I'm talking about boring stuff today. So you do not have to vote for me, but I hope what I show you will help you grow your sales. It's worked for me. So I own a couple brands. I've sold and exited a couple brands, and I'm still actively selling on Amazon. I actually don't like to be called an Amazon seller. I think that's an insult. Amazon is just a sales channel for me. I build brands, and I let my consumers decide where they want to shop. If they want to buy on Amazon, great. TikTok shop, retail. My job is to create the demand for my products, and then I let them shop wherever they want. So channel agnostic. And I'm just going to show you some things that I actually had something planned to teach you today. And I was like, oh my heck, Amazon Unboxed just showed the new sponsored product video. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I find it far more interesting. I'll do both, what I still plan to show you. And I'm just going to go over this because this is a highly confidential deck. I think I can now share it because they sent it out on an email. So if you guys don't have this yet, and you've heard about this new feature, just message me. Probably the easiest would be LinkedIn, or I'm Janelle at janellepage.com. I'm happy to.
I'll share the context. I'll share your context.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Because you see this, when they sent this to me originally, we got this several months before this launched, and it said confidential. But I've seen it now being circulated. I think it's super helpful. I want to get it in your hands so you can get it in your creative teams. This is going to be a game changer on Amazon. We can now upload featured videos. If you haven't seen this and yet, it's all over the internet. Just Google. It was announced. I'll get you this deck so that I don't waste my time.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, am I not sharing my screen?
No, you're not. Just chatting.
Guys, hold on, people. You're just not even seeing the cool stuff yet. Okay.
Okay. So let's start then.
Okay, look, I'm telling you this. I'm sitting here showing you this confidential deck. I'm going to show you right here. See right that? Amazon Confidential. Okay, so I'll get this to you. It walks through exactly what this new feature is, how you can use it, the team's specs if you want to give it to your team. But we're starting. I literally just went into my back end. I want to see if hopefully I'm not showing anything on my screen that we don't want you to see. Okay, look, go into your ad groups in your campaign manager and you'll see it right here, this new video. And you can come in and add. You want to add at least 3 videos because they'll feature up to 3, or actually they'll do up to 5 of your features. And if not, it has a slot for 3. Let me show you. And this is brand spanking new. Unless you had the beta access, you will not have probably even seen this in the wild, but you see how it features 3 right here. So at least upload 3. You can do up to 5. And it will then go over the features of your video. And all the details are in here so that I don't waste your time on, the details here. I am just now giving this to my creative teams for my brands, and I'm like, implement immediately. This is when you have a chance to get super cheap clicks, super great awareness. I don't know how it's going to perform, guys. I haven't launched it. So I can't sit here and be like, I saw this lift. This deck, they had GoPro in their beta. They had some other big brands that I cannot talk about just yet, but they had some incredible lift. So crazy thing is, I haven't seen it in the wild. If anyone here has, I want to know what brands you saw it on so I can go see it. But you go watch my brands, 𝗵𝗵𝗏, you'll start seeing this come out. If you don't know my brands, I write on LinkedIn. I try to share a whole bunch, so you can just go to LinkedIn, find me, and I got posts and posts galore. So I think this is really great. Again, Nick will get that to you. And then what I was actually going to tell you about, I will just send it to my LinkedIn profile. It's this video right here. We'll pause it. But this trick alone, I don't call it a hack. It's just something I learned in advertising. I use it on Meta. I use it in any ads I'm ever running. It's called ad scent. And think of like a dog, they're chasing something. They're on the scent of the trail. Basically, whatever headline you run, you should match it. So specifically on your sponsored video ads or your sponsored headline ads, if somebody types in like for 𝗬𝗏𝗏, I give the example here, like Halloween nails. That's the search term that they're typing in. You want to make sure that your headline ad, and I can probably pause it. What your shopper is. Okay, so someone types in women's waterproof hiking boots. You want your headline of that video to say, or that sponsored headline ad to say women's waterproof boots. You would look in my ad account, you'll see thousands of campaigns because I have every keyword match my headline exactly. And I know that sounds anal, but it will increase your click-through rate and your conversion rate immensely. So just go watch this video. It's 3 minutes. It'll be better than me sitting here and telling you. I show all the examples. The other thing I want to tell you, because it's coming out in a couple weeks, if you're not following on LinkedIn or just you'll be on this list, look at this little thing. Since they put it in this deck, see this right here? They have not started talking about this yet. We're not supposed to start talking about it for a couple more weeks, but I'll be releasing, as soon as they give me permission, a video talking about this. Most of you will not have this in the back end. If you go into your seller campaign manager right now, you'll see this videos. You have to go into the ad group. If you have this, amazing. If you don't yet, don't yet ask for it. Give it another week or two. Then you can email your rep, if you have an ad rep, and say, I am not seeing the sponsored prompts yet. This is going to be awesome. I can't talk about it just yet. I will be able to in a couple more weeks. You'll see the video drop, but just know there's some great upper funnel awareness stuff going on now on Amazon, and we can now kind of complete that full purchase funnel like we do like on Meta and any other type if you've been traditionally buying media. So super exciting stuff. Not probably winnable for anything, but I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, what else do you need me to say, Nick?
Thanks, Janelle. It's good. So, like Janelle said, she's not here to win, but if you like her hack or what she's gonna give you more, you can vote for her number 14. So regardless of that, strongly recommend to follow her. LinkedIn, she's super active. She's gonna help you out. So she knows a lot of cool stuff, and she's super active. One of the most active people I've seen, and that's important. Just do it, guys. So
yeah,
thanks again, Janelle.
how about we tell them if they like pickleball? I have a really good pickleball.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Okay, guys. So thanks, Janelle. So that was number 14, guys. And now we go to Erez Cohen, number 15. I'm gonna read only his hack because it's super short and it's very mystic. So his hack is scripts and tricks, man. So I have no clue what you're gonna talk about. So please do a short intro, and once you're ready, let me know. I'm gonna turn on the timer.
Okay, so do you hear me good? Yeah?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm Erez. I'm a serial e-commerce automation killer, if you know me. I'm the founder of Seller Glory, which is a fast and very economical tool you can update your listing. It's a multi-country editor. You can do what Matt said before about the festive image and easily update them for the season and revert them just after. So basically now on Seller Glory, we are getting closer to 700 sellers using daily on the app, close to 2 million updates a month. And we only started on May, so the tool seems to be working quite effectively. So I was working on some free script that I can give you, but it turns out to be a little bit complicated for the average user. So I didn't want to spend your time on presentation, so I just prepared something like free that you can use easily, and I will explain it. Okay, so basically I'm also an Amazon seller. I think you can start the time.
Okay, man. Okay, let's start then. 5 minutes.
I think you can, 1 second, let's see if it's this one. Yeah. So basically I'm also an Amazon seller, and what I do, I partner with brands from the US. So I act as their distributor in the EU. So my first hack will be to tell you that you don't really need a VAT to sell in Europe. It's a very important hack. You can avoid all the paperwork. You just need to find a European partner. And once you, like me or any other ones, and once you find it and it goes well, you can open your own VAT. So that was hack number 1. I'm sorry it was not written anywhere. Now I'll just give you another hack related to this. Hack number 2, you can use the same VAT number. If you open it for one entity, you can use the same VAT number for another brand and have another store in the EU. So that's hack number 2. I already did it myself. It's not so complicated. Okay, so let's go now for the free tool I gave you. So basically, I'm giving a free tracking tool for your ASIN. You can just register on this URL. It's just a Google form, and you will receive an email like that once it's active. And every day, you're going to receive, your first email will be like that. So you get your images and another 60 attributes we are scanning every day, and you can download them and get them in a CSV every day. So if there was any change, you will get the day after an email like that, mentioning what was changed and what's happened. You get the review, the stars, and this is completely free. You can just register and get this. You can get yesterday data, today's data, and what's changed. Of course, there is some limitation, but this can be very helpful if you're building a flat file. You can use these things, and you can see what's changed in a very simple CSV. I just made it simple. I wanted to make a script that let you do it, but it turns out too complicated. So basically, you just need to register on that form, and this will happen daily. Of course, this is limited for the first 50 people signing in, And if you're a Seller Glory user, you get it for free. So basically, we are following all these attributes, and you can check them and see what was changed. We are talking about size, price, and whatever. Now, beside that, Seller Glory is a tool that helps you edit your listing. So you can see, for example, here I'm going to edit for my Black Friday the prices in all of this platform for this product. You just have to click it, edit. You can edit your title in each marketplace. You can edit your price like that. I'm going to create a sale price of 10% in all of the marketplace starting from tomorrow. So it doesn't matter the currencies. You just do next and update, and the information will be live on Amazon. Usually it takes 15 seconds, but sometimes depend. Now we are really high. We have a really high use on the app, so it can take a minute or two. And you can trace your history. You can go to the history page in Seller Glory, and you can do it both with images or prices or any product data that we currently offer. And you can revert and see the change and come back and just bring it backward and onward for all of your marketplace. You can connect up to 10 accounts. We have some agencies using, I think, 80 accounts connected in the European marketplace. And it's very, very useful to track your worker, to avoid user permission now with the new SPN. And it's very, very useful. So basically, I did that email so you can track your ASINs until if you do any change. Seller Glory user can get this for free for life, and free user will work up to 2 months, I guess, and you can get up to...
Erez, 1 minute left.
Okay, you can get up to 10 listings, 10 ASINs here. Okay, and another thing, well, basically I'm finishing, but I have this 1 minute I can use. So we also have a bulk generator editor, which is very simple. I see many people, many sellers, once they come in, they just take the entire catalog and like this, and they create single ASIN, single keyword campaign for all of the catalog in one click. So you can get separate campaign for each keyword. And that's my hack. By the way, Seller Glory is only $19, so it's really, really cheap to use.
Okay, man. So everyone, this is number 15, Erez, Cohen. So Erez is a very introvert guy, but see, he's building cool, crazy stuff all the time. So if you like his hack, vote for him. Even if you don't like his hack, I'm sure that you're gonna get the stuff that he's giving away for free. So do that, guys. You spent 90 minutes of your time, so you should get as much stuff as possible from our speakers. And now, thanks again, Erez. And now we go to the last speaker and hack for today, Ben Leonard. Ben is the speaker who won the last 2 hack series. Scotland also won last night in a crazy game. So if Ben wins again, I'm gonna retire him until next year. So we need other winners. So Ben, do a short intro, man. And once you're ready, let me know. I'm gonna turn on the timer.
Thanks, Nick. I remember when you said that you were going to bring in like other previous winners, and like I was up against it today, so no pressure. I don't know if what I've got to share today is as good as the last 2, but I'll do my best. For those who don't know me, my name is Ben Leonard. I've been in e-commerce for about 10 years now. I founded a strength and conditioning brand as a hobby to perhaps earn me some extra pocket money. Turned out I was good at it. Grew it, quit my job, grew it some more. Was the first European brand to exit to Thrasio. Back in 2019. At that time, we were doing about $6 million a year. Not too long ago, together with some business partners, I bought that brand back to try to rescue it. I'm documenting that on brandrescuemission.com. I co-own a growth and retention marketing agency called Peregrine Commerce. I co-own an M&A advisory firm called 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀😅 I'm still building brands now. Everything I share is about the brands that I build. Some are the new brands that I'm building. Some's the brands that I'm rescuing. Today, it's about the brand that I'm rescuing. And I'm launching a new brand, which I've just raised a bunch of money for, that I'll be talking about in public early next year. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay, man.
Let me
Let's go
just
then.
share my screen. I'm going to have to unshare my screen at one point to protect some customer data. So please bear with me when I do that. If you can be a little forgiving on the time with that, Nick.
Okay,
Just
sure, man.
give me a sec while I share my screen. All right, you can see that, yeah?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so a bit of context. This is the brand that we're turning around. Back in about 2017, I had just bought some software, and a little while later, I received a random email in my inbox, and I didn't recognize it. It's from something called Bonjoro, but I opened it because I was curious. And inside was a link to a video, and I clicked the link, and it opened a new tab, and it was a thank you from somebody who worked at the software I just bought. It was very clunky. I nearly deleted the email, and it wasn't mobile friendly, but it gave me a cool idea. What if I could get my video in front of my customers, but in a much less clunky way? What if in my customer's WhatsApp, which has like a 100% open rate, I would suddenly just appear thanking them for their order? And I thought about it, and I thought, well, I can make that. Now, when I show you what we're going to do, some of you will scream at your computers that, Ben, there's a much slicker, cooler, more automated way of doing this with something like N8N and WhatsApp Business. I deliberately don't do that, and I'm going to explain why as we go through this. You're going to need three things. The first thing you're going to need to do is go register a brand new mobile phone number that you'll never use for anything else. The second thing that you're going to have to do is open web.whatsapp.com and give the credentials to your team member overseas, probably a VA in the Philippines, who's going to partly do this. Most of it's automated. And the next thing you're going to do is get a cheap account on make.com. So this is the make scenario that we'll use to run it. And if I win, I'll give this to everyone for free, so you don't have to figure out how to do it. You're going to plug it into your website, and it's going to watch your Shopify orders, pull in the phone number of your customer orders, and drop them into a Google Sheet. Here is the Google Sheet. If I win, I'll give it to everybody. Now, what I've done with this sheet, oh, I'm an idiot. I need to actually run it. Okay, so I think since I ran it 10 minutes before the call, there's been no other orders. Okay, so here's the most recent order. Now, what I've done is I've actually made all my customer data white, so you can't see what's going on here. But you can see the order number there, and I can show you the name, but it's somebody called Megan. But I'm not going to show you the phone number. But over here, this is telling me to send the first order video. What that means is this person's never ordered before, because I've pre-recorded videos of me thanking people there for the first, second, third, fourth, fifth orders, all with different scripts, okay? And here's a link to open a web.whatsapp browser thing. So let me just stop sharing my screen while I get that up and adjust it so that you can't see my customer's phone number. So bear with me while I now share just a part of my screen. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Okay, so I'm starting a chat now with this person, Megan, okay? So hopefully this actually, I don't even know if this person's gonna reply, but I'll just say like, hey, Megan, thanks for your order. Now, my team member in the Philippines would usually do this, right? I'm not gonna do this for all the orders we get every day. Now, I live in Scotland where we've only just got running water and color TV, so our internet sucks. So I don't know how long it's gonna take this to actually go. But hopefully it works. Everybody pray for the internet. Now, what would happen next is this person would say, oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you so much. In the video, I thank them for their order. I tell them that they can get us here on WhatsApp if they have any customer service issues, or just reply to our customer service email. So they usually just say, oh yeah, that's great, fantastic, wonderful service. Thanks for checking in. I'll let you know. And then we leave it there, but my team member will follow up later, like maybe like 5 days later or something, checking that they actually got it, asking how it's going. Would they like to see the instruction manual? Would they, do they need any help? Would they leave us a review on Trustpilot, of course, because this is Shopify we're talking about, not Amazon. And then, we can just follow up. Maybe we launch a new product 2 months down the line, and we can give it to them at a discount. And that might be an Amazon launch. So now we can get them to go buy it, and we can actually get a review that sticks, because we could say, hey, we've slashed the price on Amazon for today only. Go pay. It's full price. You don't have to put in a code, but really it's half price, right? So you're getting it for 50% off, Mr. Customer. So I don't know if Megan's going to reply, but you get the idea of what we would do here, right? She thinks that I've actually made this for her because I've written Megan in here. Holy shit, she's replying. Oh, cool. Great. Let me know how it goes. Use code WhatsApp for 20% off anything on our website. This is wild. I didn't think that would work. That's bonkers. So, now she thinks I've actually
Ben, 1 minute left.
Because in that video, I don't say her name. We can actually, let's play it, right? Hold on. Oh, you can't hear the sound. All right, doesn't matter. In the video, I don't say her name, but it feels very personal. And because we've written it there, it makes sense. Oh my God, thanks. I will leave you a review. Oh, sweet. Thanks. Let me know if you need any help when your order arrives. Okay, so hopefully you get the gist that is how you make customers go absolutely bonkers for you within a short time of you doing this. So you'd run this scenario and make multiple times a day. Your team member would check the Google Sheet, reach out to the customer, and away you go. And if they don't want to hear from you again, they can just say, please don't contact me again, and you're good. But you got to do it this way. I prefer this semi-automated way where you have a human on the end of it. If you just did this all in like N8N or something and it was ridiculously slick with pre-written messages, that would not work. In my opinion, you've got to have a human on the end of it, but it's semi-automated. The heavy lifting is automated.
Yeah, Ben, time is up, man. Okay.
Hope you liked it.
Okay, guys, so this was the 𝗏 hack number 16, Ben, Leonard, and now, of course, we're gonna vote. So I'm gonna start the vote. In the meantime, I'm gonna mention our sponsors again, and you guys can vote. I cannot vote, so it doesn't matter what I think. So let's start the poll, and you guys are gonna tell me if you see the poll. Okay. Do you guys see it? Do you see the poll? Okay, I see you guys are voting. So I'm gonna do 5 minutes for myself as well. So it's equal 5 minutes for the poll and for you guys voting. So vote for your favorite hack. You're choosing who's gonna win it today, who's gonna get like a free sponsorship in my newsletter, 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏. So in other words, you're giving them away $2,000. So choose your best hack, guys. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm gonna mention the sponsors today because without sponsors, obviously, we cannot do any of this kind of stuff and get all these cool people to share this stuff. So here are our sponsors today. So let me start the slide. Do you guys see my screen? Okay, you should be able to see your screen. So again, our gold sponsors are 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. This is one of Jeff's company, even though Jeff is not running them by himself. You can earn up to 5% back with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Amazon's free multi-channel inventory and shipping software. You can go to 𝗵𝗰𝗇.com and check them out. Our next gold sponsor is 𝗬𝗏𝗃 and their program expansion to 𝗬𝗵. In simple terms, if you're not selling to Europe, you must check out what is the demand, what is the opportunity. We're going to help out with that. We're going to do marketing research. We're going to show you the money. Then we're going to help out with the compliance stuff that everybody hates, which is VAT, sales tax for the guys from the USA, product compliance, localization and translation, and you will be able to enter a market where many of your competitors are not selling yet. $3,000 per brand is what we're going to give you away, so you can make your life easier and you're going to spend less to expand. Here are our next sponsors, our Smart Scout, the Amazon spies, the good spies. So they're an Amazon marketplace intelligence made simple. They help uncover actionable data points and signals that set you up for profit, dominance over your competition, and a long-term success. Scan the QR code here and you will be able to get 50% off for 3 months. So uncover market trends, growing and declining categories, research any brand, product, or seller, reverse engineer competitor strategies, track visibility for any search term, access to data to support any growth strategy on Amazon. And again, scan the QR code for them and you can take advantage of that. Then our next sponsor, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Digital. What they're going to do? They're going to help you to unlock real growth on Amazon with smart strategy, advanced PPC, and result-driven execution. You can get 25% off for your first 3 months of full service account scaling. So you can kick it off with them with their custom Amazon growth roadmap built to uncover hidden opportunities and maximize profitability. You can scan the QR code again and take advantage of that. And now we go to our next sponsor, TraceFuse. So TraceFuse is the only AI-driven solution that detects negative reviews outside the Amazon policy and guidelines. You can scan the QR code to claim their giveaway. Never miss a damaging review again. No contracts, no monthly costs, just long-term protection for your brand reputation. You can monitor unlimited ASINs forever. You can scan the QR code and you can unlock 500 in savings, one-time fee, lifetime coverage. So again, scan the QR code or wait for the recording tomorrow and you can actually claim your offer by clicking in their spotlight in name. And then we go to our next sponsor, e-commerce Chris. You want to scan the QR code and you can get 1 hour consultation, get 50% off with the code here, 50 off 𝗬𝗁. And what you're gonna get 1 hour consult with the next Amazonist to review your account health, suspension notes, or listings removals, and map out your next best move. So make sure to scan their code and take advantage of that. Then we go to our next sponsors. They're giving you away. You can actually own your answers in your category with them. Get your brand cited by ChatGPT and Google AI. You're gonna get a free Shopify markup schema to win your AEO for 70 window. The first 5 brands who claim that, you're gonna get also a launch boost, which is a peer blast and a citation sprint. So this is what you guys are gonna get from AEO engine. Scan the QR code and you can take advantage of that. And our last sponsor today is 𝗵𝗰𝗸𝗶 AI, like Monte showed you in the hack. What they're gonna do, they can create your coin-ready Amazon visuals instantly in a few minutes. So what you can do, you can scan their QR code and you can get 50% extra credits if you mention 10x5 hacks. You can see some of their brands which are using that. And the last and not the least, that's my company, 𝗬𝗵𝗿𝗄. So if you're watching our webinar, it's very likely that you guys are subscribed to our newsletter. If not, we're going to be receiving more stuff from us. I hope you like it. If not, you can just tap out, as I said in my newsletter, but I hope you're not. So let's see who is gonna win it today. So let me see how the poll is going. I'm gonna check it out live for you guys. So okay, so let's see, man. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so it's 5 minutes sharp. So let me check the poll and let's see who is winning. Okay, let me see. Okay, we have a clear winner today, guys. So our Ben, no luck, man. I think you're number 2 today, but we have a winner, and this is 𝗵𝗰𝗐. So Amy, congrats, you're the winner today. So everyone, 𝗵𝗰𝗐 is our winner. Rufus knows why your products aren't selling. Okay, man, that's a great hack. So everyone, I'm gonna end the poll, and I'm gonna be sending the winners tomorrow. I'll just give me that. Okay, guys. So we're done. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for staying. I know it's late for some of you guys. For some of you, just lunch. But so thanks again for participating. This is our last hack of the year. We'll be sending the recording tomorrow. So I want to thank the sponsors, speakers, and of course the attendees, because you guys stayed for 2 hours with us. I hope that you're gonna get as much value from that as I expect, and enjoy the rest of the year, and then enjoy the holidays, and we're gonna see you again in January 2026. So thanks, guys. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good wife, as one guy is saying. Enjoy the rest of the day or the evening. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Bye.